Well, Mark, here we are once again, and it is halftime in Washington, D.C., as the Seahawks surprisingly are tied 9-9 as an odd score. But I am glad to be back on this Monday night. How about you?
Oh, I am excited to be back. It's been a few weeks since we got together, so
It has with you had some travel going on, I believe it was, and then the bye week and some other just random things coming up right at the halftime and post game. But we are glad to be here, and if you are watching, gracias, as the Seahawks are tied 9-9 in Washington. And Mark, I have seen something that I have never seen in my whole entire time watching football at the end of that first half.
and what is that?
That was a big man blocked point after touchdown conversion. It was glorious. Do we just want to cut to that highlight, or should we go to do the other ones?
I don't know if the other ones really matter, but sure, go ahead, do the other ones.
All right, well, the game started off with Russell Wilson with an impossible throw to Gerald Williams for the touchdown.
Bottom of your screen. Good protection. Wilson fires it in, and it is caught. Touchdown.
You know, when that happened, I had no clue what was going on, to be honest. And looking at this other view that I have here, I still don't know how he got this touchdown in.
Tight window, and whenever it gets across, perfectly thrown out in front.
I mean, it was hands down a perfectly thrown pass there. But at that point, it was 7-3 as the Seahawks were coming back. I believe the Redskins got a field goal on their opening drive, if I remember right. But then we had a little bit of chaos going on down there, as there was an interception by Jamal Adams, who has now tied for 4 career interceptions with the man who blew his hand off in fireworks many years ago, JPP. So here's that crazy interception.
Side, we'll see if they watch him do that again. Heineke throws, lost one, middle of the field. Wanted Thomas popped up into the air, and it's Jamal Adams.
And, you know, honestly, I expected Adams to drop that. I did not think that he would catch it. But the crazy thing is shortly after that, this play happened.
Got him at the line of scrimmage. From midfield. Russell dump it off for Collins. Ball comes out. And it's loose. Swain had a chance for Seattle and couldn't corral it. And Washington.
And, you know, from there, things just got crazy. And then we had the big guy returning the point after touchdown, which tied this game surprisingly up at 9-all. But, Mark, even that said, it's been kind of frustrating. What are your first half takeaways here?
I don't think the refs helped us in that last drive, or big drive Washington had. That holding call on Mahdi.
The phantom hold?
Yeah.
Now Seahawks fans know a little bit about phantom holds in games, but we won't go there.
Yeah, that was... and it was like we were already off the field. Everybody was already ready for the punt. Like, and then they decide to throw it. The flag, like, super late.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. If this hold happened, apparently, like, even earlier, like, within the first, 5 yards or 10 yards of the play,
Right.
then the flag should have been already out there, seen by everybody, right? Even before
One would think.
even before the ball was even thrown, and then they just decided to throw it after the fact, after the play's over. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it baffles me on some of those calls. And then you had the baffling, the roughing the passer, which they call because the guy landed on top of the quarterback with all of his body weight.
Mm-hmm.
But what is he supposed to do?
Yeah, that one's a hard one. I've seen that called several times, and I don't know how you're basically falling down. You can't levitate
Right.
above the quarterback. It's not like once you leave your feet and you're falling down, physics takes over, and you can't really do much about that.
Well, they tell us to trust the science and everything else, except for this. But we won't go there. But Mark, outside of this game here, and we'll get to your quick second half takeaways. There has been some major, and I do mean major, breaking news out of college football, and things are going to get crazy right now. With so first off, we have Lincoln Riley going to SC,
Yep.
just completely out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You have your Cougs hiring Dickert, who beat the Huskies for the first time in 8 years, which honestly is a decent hire for WSU.
It was
the worst loss in Apple Cup history.
It would have been even worse had we gotten our act together in the red zone in the first half.
Yes, this is very true. So Lincoln Riley goes to SC, which leaves a vacancy in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And we already knew of a vacancy in LSU, but just now breaking during this game, Brian Kelly of Notre Dame has accepted, and from what I'm reading, a $15 million per year deal to go down to LSU. Which
I don't know.
Good
is that
night?
That has to be just the money motivating him, because
it has to.
I don't know if LSU is. It's a good program, but you have to compete with Alabama every year.
Right?
Notre Dame. You got yourself. You get to kind of control your a lot of your schedule.
Well, not a lot of it. Everything outside of playing one of the service schools and SC and Stanford every year.
Yeah, so it's definitely a situation where I think he's going to have more. He was going to have more success at Notre Dame than LSU, but money talks, I guess.
Well, yeah. $15 million?
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I will go coach WSU for $150,000 a year.
Yeah, it's like, I guess, if there's someone who, if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, then you could just be like University of Washington, hire some guy from Fresno State or something.
Well,
just because they're still trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. And, Kellen DeBoer, I think he brings offense to the table, something UW hasn't seen in 2 years. But that aside, we'll get into some more of the coaching or the college coaching carousel in the post game. But really quickly looking at these stats as the second half is going to kick off. The Seahawks have 159 total yards, 178 total yards to Washington. But time of possession, again, is 2-1 with Washington at 22 minutes and the Seahawks at 8 minutes. So really quickly in 10 seconds or less, what are your expectations for this second half for the Seahawks?
I think it's going to be a tight ball game all the way to the end. And I think turnovers are going to play a key role in the second half. Seattle. Here's my prediction: Seattle's going to make a big play with a strip sack sometime late in the fourth quarter. That's going to set up a game-winning field goal.
Ooh, there we go. I will gladly take that. I think your analysis is good. I posted this on Twitter earlier that I'll take the deep plays from Russell to lock it all day and night. However, we need to give our defense a time to get a break. So we'll see. My prediction is the Seahawks will win a close one, but we will be back at the post game after the game. So please join us at that time, and we will see you then.